What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Wednesday evening. Reason for the video is some of you guys have heard, at least in the United Kingdom, Britain, that Purple Aki was found dead in his flat. Now, again, this news is mostly for the United Kingdom. Most people in the US don't know who Purple Aki is, but I've had plenty of my friends from the UK tell me about the legend of Purple Aki. Now, Purple Aki was 6'6", well over 300 pounds. They considered him a bodybuilder. I don't know. He had a lot of muscle, but for the most part, he didn't compete in shows. No, he actually terrorized young strapping lads by making them do push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. He would touch their muscles. He was known as the muscle grabber, in other words. He never committed any actual violence here. He was just a creep. He was actually charged with manslaughter because he was on a train one day, or at a train station, and some kids was running away from him, and one of them stepped on the train and, well, got electrocuted there, from what I understand. Was charged with manslaughter. I think he sat in prison for like 2 years, and on appeals it was overturned. And then over the years, he continued his activity. The police tried to stop him. They actually, for a period of time, actually put a no touching of muscle band on him. I kid you not. Until it was found unconstitutional. Now, Aki surprisingly didn't have to work because he was held in prison for 2 years on appeal. He got a settlement of £35,000. And subsequently, over the course of, the years, police had it hard on him there, which, it can be given because Purple Aki still continued his general behavior of, touching people's arms and quads and forcing them to do squats and push-ups and other things like that. I mean, he was, like I said before, he wasn't violent. He was just a scary fellow where he would just essentially, without saying anything, would scare these guys. I mean, people were fearful as far as to what would happen if I didn't do what this guy said. Total creep. Total creep. Now, he didn't have to work his last years because he got some sort of substantial payment from all the harassment from the police. I'm not sure what it was. I heard it was, maybe a quarter of £1,000,000. I'm not for sure, but he had a substantial amount of money to where he didn't even really have to work. Now, the cause of death for Purple Aki is still not known, of course. However, he was 64 years old, so, man, he was overweight. So he could have died of a heart attack or some sort of stroke or something else here. I'm sure we'll learn in the coming weeks or so forth. That's if they do an autopsy. I'm not sure if he's going to be repatriated to his country, but, given his behavior, I have to say, rip. Not rest in peace, rest in piss. And that'll be the last time I speak about Purple Aki. Okay, peace out. Bye-bye.